This episode of Lore Drop is sponsored by Lisa Baker.
Hi, Mom!
The writing that you did for Celeste, but then also like Natasha that you developed. So Natasha was the doctor on our for Lady Legacy Tale of the Tide, and she may or may not have been a stoner.
Yeah. Won't confirm or deny.
Hello. Welcome to the podcast.
Hello.
This is Lore Drop, a reinvent podcast, and we're going to do a lore drop today. I'm Abby, the executive director of Reinvent Productions.
I'm Ben, the creative and artistic director.
And our trio, our third party member today is
Emily.
Hi, Emily. Emily's one of our cast members for Ordinary Heroes, which is coming up. And relates to the topic we're talking about today. But before we get into talking about Hero Triplets, what animated trio are we? We gotta can't just do just anime. We have found out. It'd be crazy for these that are coming out of order.
The first one that came to my head was the newer She-Ra adaptation, specifically She-Ra, Bow, and Glimmer.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Agreed. That's good.
But who's who? Ben's Glimmer, right?
I can see that. I was thinking, yeah. No,
Ben's
that's
Glimmer.
fair. No, that's right.
Good.
I love
That's
that.
great. That was one of our pandemic shows.
It was. Oh,
I
man,
love that
it was really
show.
good.
Yeah.
One of my fight scenes for my last roundup in Canada was one of those.
Heck yeah.
It ended not how the show was. I was playing She-Ra and I died. My capture killed me. It was a bummer.
Crazy.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Sweet.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, today we're going to be talking about the Hero Triplets in Universe 17. And what's going to be fun about this is that we're going to have Ben. He's going to lore drop to us, tell us all the things. We'll pop in with questions whenever we have them. And but then we're going to compare how the characters show up in Ordinary Heroes. And spoiler alert, not all the triplets show up in Ordinary Heroes.
What?
So there are only two of the siblings.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be fun to talk about.
Yeah. So the Hero Triplets are a set of a trio of identical siblings who all gain superpowers after a mysterious explosion at the polymerization reactor in the city of Wellsburg. The trio are Annie, Andy, and Amy Best. And so of the three of them, Annie Best is Sneak, who has the ability to disappear and then reappear at a different spot nearby. Andy is Book, who has the ability to read and understand any language perfectly. And then there is Amy, who is Spark, has the ability to absorb electricity and then use that electricity to supercharge her body.
And her name was recently changed in the last few months because her name used to be Hack. And I said, I hate that.
Yeah.
Can it be different?
I think it was like at the beginning of like them, I was like, I want a sneaky one, and then I want a smart one, and then I want like a technology gadget one. And so Hack was very like gadgety. And then I was like, I want a punchy one instead.
Yeah, so, and I was like going through like trying to come up with different names. And but we wanted them all to end with a K. But then I was like, wait, lightning powers, Spark. Perfect.
Yep.
That's good. I like it.
Some of their notable allies include, and these are all other members of the Order of Heroes, which they are members of. Their allies are the Phantom, who is like a skeleton magician type figure. There's Kid Rose and there's Freezer Boy.
Freezer Boy.
Yeah, and the Hero Triplets, along with Kid Rose and Freezer Boy, and a couple other characters are in like the sidekick class of the Order of Heroes. Sort of think like Young Justice compared to the Justice League is sort of how they're treated. And some of their notable adversaries are Fortunato, an evergreen enemy of the Hero Triplets. And then also a villain known as Affliction. But yeah.
Which we haven't done anything with yet.
Nope, we just have that name.
There was a panic that we had a couple months ago where we thought we might have to write a one act. And we were like, oh, we'll use the superhero triplets and Affliction will be the bad guy. And then we were like, okay, no, we don't need to do that right now. But I've still thought about that. And I have a Pinterest board I was like making for each of the different siblings, which, yeah, someday we're going to write those. Because my idea for it is that you can have like a full play that like a 2-act play or whatever many act
a
play,
full-length play,
full-length play that like covers all 3 different perspectives that the siblings have. But then I was like, oh, you could do 3 different 1-acts from each of their perspectives, and just depending on which character you want to focus on. But then they come as like a package, so you can pick which show you want to do. But
That sounds really cool. What are Affliction's powers?
I think we had settled on that they are able to like draw out the worst parts, like the most negative and like detrimental parts of a person's personality and amplify those.
That's pretty cool.
So they can switch your Myers-Briggs and make you. No, it's like the Enneagram. Like when you're like you're whatever you're in your triangle, when you're dysfunctioning, you're a bad version of that.
Oh no.
The first appearance of the Hero Triplets in like I call it the real world order of events of like when they were brought up was during the Dynamite campaign, which was the second tabletop campaign that I DM'd and reinvent. The triplets were sent by the Order of Heroes to guide the party to the city of Pamiut. This was mid alien invasion, and this was a session that was like bridging the gap between the end of one arc and the beginning of the next one. And so this was specifically the party at the time, which consisted of Aurora, Overkill, Adriana, Fraxis, and Dr. Bren. They had just wrapped up their first arc with Project Alpha. They had gone to Kansas City to confront the chairwoman.
Those are bad guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody's like, I know who Project Alpha is.
They had gone to Kansas City to confront the chairwoman at her headquarters there. They fought with the chairwoman, Super Commando, and DN Agent. Super Commando messed them up.
But the Order of Heroes sent 3 8-year-olds to come pick us up.
3 18-year-olds. Originally, they were 8.
Oh, okay.
But I had to, when I went back and looked at some of this, and I was like, wait a minute, if they're like 8 here, that means they're like 1 year old when they get their superpowers. And so let's fudge these numbers a little bit. So
Retcon.
they send 3 teenagers to go get this party of people, as well as the Phantom and the Keeper of Dragons, which is another magic user in the Order of Heroes. So they basically board a train that is going up to the city of Pamiut in Greenland to get this, like, because this alien invasion was happening, all of the hero groups and organizations were all meeting in one place to be like, hey, we should all work together to stop the aliens, maybe.
Maybe,
But yeah. So that was their first appearance, was showing up to like guide the party to the train safely, because they used Sneak's powers to get through the city because there was aliens abound in Project Alpha all over the place looking for them.
Oh yeah, we were like, oh, ruh-roh.
Yep. But yeah, as I said as well, some of their origin stuff, the triplets were born in 2008, and around 2016 is when they gained their superpowers from the reactor explosion. They were homeless children at the time in Wellsburg, and were trespassing, and then they were in the vicinity of the explosion, and that is how they got their powers. And they started working as superheroes 2 years later in 2018, and caught the attention of the Order of Heroes very quickly, and so joined within 3 months of starting their heroing.
So were they doing like vigilante stuff before?
Yeah, I would say it's probably like knowing the 3 of their
8-year-old
personalities.
vigilantes.
I would say, yeah. I imagine it's probably like a series of events of like, oh, let's just like stop whatever's going on. Our favorite bodega like owner is getting robbed, and he always like takes care of us and everything. So let's help him out, and then that turns into sporadic superheroing.
Is this like friendly neighborhood Spider-Man vibes? Like they're just helping out around town?
Yeah,
I love that.
absolutely.
Very much street level heroes.
Yeah.
I like to think about because birth order wise, because birth order psychology just fascinates me. But we've had that Spark is the oldest, came out first. And that book is very much the middle child, and that Annie is the baby. And I just imagine that there are times where like Annie is probably the one who's like, we gotta go help the people. And
yeah, Annie does give like little sibling vibes.
Yeah.
Littlest sibling, yeah.
Absolutely.
Where's birds and the bees? What are you talking about?
Yeah. So that said, other stuff that they do in the Dynamite campaign, there's 2 notable things that are related to them. The first one is, of course, on this train ride up north, because it took about a whole day on this train. We call it the Murder on the Northern Express, and if you you got characters on a train, you got to do a murder mystery.
Obviously.
And so one of the passengers was killed, and the party was tasked, took it upon themselves to investigate what was going on.
Wouldn't it have been crazy if we had just been like,
Yeah.
let the police take
That'd
care of
be
it, whatever.
But one of the other things is that on this train ride, Richard was sort of like in shambles. He got really messed up in the prior fight. So the triplets were given the task of protecting and like staying with Richard's chassis, making sure that no one like tried messing with him or anything. And
Andrew
so
laying on the floor and we're like, back up.
in this, while the party was investigating, they came upon the conclusion of, oh, there is a shapeshifter on board, someone with magic abilities to change how they look, and they found them finally, and turns out it was one of the aliens, followed them onto the train, and murdered this person because they were on some sort of breakthrough regarding the aliens or whatever. And so in the big like final climactic moment, the alien took Book hostage, and basically like held a lightsaber to his neck and was like, don't you do it. And then he was saved by the party still. I can't remember who it was, but someone was just like, pulled like the Indiana Jones of just like gun. It was either Severka or Overkill.
I think it was Severka.
Yeah.
That sounds like a John thing.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so all ended up well. But then the next thing that happens was in the Andromelic arc, and this was not featuring the main universe, the Universe 17 triplets. This specifically featured from Universe 18, that universe's version of Sneak. So in that universe, which is called the Dark Future, Sneak survived a catastrophic event and is one of the last heroes on Earth, and joined the group called the Masquerade, and took up the new name of Concussion after the death of her siblings, and after her powers had developed further. And so in that universe, she is also able to fly, and that is where we get the whole like astral shunting thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so it is not just like disappearing and turning invisible. It is like the astral plane movement.
Man, Concussion's like not as edgy as Guilt.
Yeah.
That's Dark Future Richard's name.
He changes his name to Guilt.
Guilt?
Yeah.
Okay, I think they're both pretty cool.
Absolutely. And so, yeah, that is the other thing there. And so in other stories, there is one other story that majorly features the triplets as the main characters, which was an audio drama that I did in one of my years at Texas Tech for one of my classes that I was in. And this is a very short, I think it's like 8 or 10 minutes, but it features the triplets being sent to stop a robbery being committed by Fortunato in Megalo City. And so they do successfully stop the robbery and apprehend Fortunato, but then they are ambushed and defeated by a mysterious bounty hunter named Legendary. And that story takes place in the year 2034, when the triplets are like full-grown adults and fully fledged members of the Order of Heroes. I believe they're 26 around that time. But yeah, that is all that we have on the Hero Triplets in Universe 17 thus far.
No, I've been itching to write more about the triplets. Because the big thing is that they all are like Pokemon nerds.
Yeah.
So like this is Amy's inspiration board. All the very much like the boxer girl, Muay Thai. If she had a Pokemon team, it'd be an electric fighting team. So, and her main would be a Raichu. This was like, I did this. I was helping out at your school and I was making these Pinterest boards. And Amy really likes the video game aspect of Pokemon because she likes fighting. Andy, I haven't done as much for him yet, but he has a ghost psychic
That's
one.
awesome.
And he's really into the manga and like card game stuff with it because he can read everything. And then Amy's like, I was like, oh, I found like a really cute girl with like a baseball bat, and I was like, that's it. Like, where is it? This one.
Oh yeah,
and I was like, yep.
Totally.
And Annie would have a fairy type because I was like, oh, I want all of them to have evolutions and stuff. So
yeah, I love that. Those all check out for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, and also, but her main would be a Tinkaton.
Nice.
Big hammer.
Oh yeah, and that was something I did forget to mention, is that somewhere between the end of the Dynamite campaign and Misfortune Favors the Bold is when Book acquires the Book of Secrets, because like we said earlier, his powers of being able to read anything, and so that later manifests once he gets the Book of Secrets is like, oh, I can use any of the magic spells in this book because it is written in a language that only I can read. So that is
crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, and Annie likes watching the Pokemon anime. Sorry.
nice.
Because her attention span is too short to learn the card games.
Right.
But yeah, so in Ordinary Heroes, which is our upcoming show for January, and there are big major differences with this, i.e., there's only 2 of them in the show. Sneak is the only one of the triplets present, and is the sidekick to Captain Amazing. They're also later on in the show, Book does join Sneak, and for this version of the show, we have that Book is Sneak's sister instead of her brother. And the big allies are Captain Amazing, Richard, Darkfog, Trickshot, and Miss Fortune, and adversaries still Fortunato, but also Booming Boxer.
Yeah.
It's been fun. Because Emily, your track in the show is the track is called Sis.
Yeah.
Like that is the character, and then at a different point in the show, you play a superhero.
Surprise.
What have just been some highlights of like working on this project? We're still like we're on our winter break right now, in between Christmas and coming back in January for rehearsals on the show. But what have been some highlights for you as an actor?
It has been really fun with like how much we're getting to decide about the way, like the physicality of the characters. Because I mean we're getting to be superheroes, so like while playing Book, that's been really, really fun. I right before rehearsal started, I watched all of the X-Men movies.
Nice.
And so that was in my head a lot at the beginning of rehearsals, and I was just like, oh, I'm just getting to be one of the superheroes like in all those movies. But that's been really fun, and it's also been cool like the other part of my role being Sis. It's been cool getting to be in the real world and in Wendell's superhero world as well. That's been really cool to see. And I've been trying to look for parallels and stuff too between the 2 characters, because I like to say that there is like intention there with that role, with the same actress playing the 2 roles. But yeah, that's been cool.
Playwright's pretty smart.
Yeah.
Just probably erasers.
I'm just kidding.
My favorite part was us coming up with how Book and Sneak fight together.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Which, like, I don't know if it's like necessarily canon, but we live by the rule of cool and reinvent, and I was like, this is really cool, and we're gonna do it. That like the idea that Book will make projectiles and then toss them to Sneak, and Sneak can throw them harder.
Yeah.
So it's like, or like doing we have like a cool little boomerang thing that we do, and that's been fun because there is a point in the show where there is a 10v1 fight.
Yep.
That the one person wins.
Yeah.
Basically. So it was fun to like come up with how to do it.
For sure. It was like, these need to look obviously rehearsed. Like, we've planned these.
Like, and it, like that they have like we need to decide like what number
what
play.
To call
it's
them,
like it's like they're like it's we have like a playbook.
Yeah. I love that.
How's it been for you as a playwright seeing these characters get expanded more? Because I mean, honestly, this is the most that we've done with Sneak in particular.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There is I already had a little bit of like exploring them with writing Misfortune Favors the Bold, because I always liked the idea of the triplets as characters and wanted to write something centered on them. And so with that little short, it gave me some ideas with that. And then in the early phases of like writing Ordinary Heroes, because like from the get-go, I was like, cool, Captain Amazing is definitely going to be in here. And after that, I was like, Richard's got to be in here. And then Sneak was the third one that I was like, okay, these 3 are absolutely in here. The other 2, it took a lot of like figuring out who was going to go in there to get to Trickshot and Darkfog. But that was one because early on, I was like, okay, cool. What we absolutely need in this play is like the like Captain Airsats, the Superman sort of archetype character. And then we need a sidekick. And so that was like, I sort of combed through the reinvent spreadsheet and I was like, what sidekick like teenage characters do we have? And it was one of those as like early on I was like, okay, which one of these is like the most interesting or easiest to bring to stage, and like visually that is like something that's fun to watch. And Spark is a little bit too similar to Richard's powers, so I was like, maybe not her. Book is one that was at the start I was like, that one's kind of hard to turn into something that you can like do on stage very much, and we figured it out anyway. But then Sneak became the one that was like, okay, cool. By order of elimination, this is a really easy one to explore here. And that there was also a little bit of like in the beginning versions of the script, there was that they were like, oh, that there is a hero there is like the three of them, but Sneak is sort of a la like Teen Titans. Sneak is just choosing to go off on her own. That was in some of the really early versions of the script, and that sort of got dropped and turned into Sneak being by herself and then turning into the whole sister thing later on with Book. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and especially exploring the character more through this avenue in a different universe, because Ordinary Heroes is universe 1 of the Reinvent like multiverse and everything.
That's the universe where Wendell is the writer of all of these comics.
That all of Reinvent is the comic books written by Wendell.
It's been interesting for all the superpowers, but like particularly Sneak and Book's powers on stage as a director when you get handed a script that has superpowers in it and you're like, okay, how do we figure this out? Yeah. And so the theater that we are housed in, Hollingsworth Hall Cultural Center, great space. We can't do like all the superpower stuff. And like we are a young upstart company. We don't have the budget to make it happen. Maybe 10 years down the road, we could revisit this and have like all the cool effects and whatever. Yeah. But right now we cannot, which is part of the reason why this is technically a reader's theater, but like 5 steps above what a normal reader's theater is. There's music stands for a little bit, but for you as a writer, you kind of just let yourself write and be like, the director will figure it out. The director has been figuring it out.
Yes.
That felt like a cheat code of being like, I can just write without worrying about how it's going to happen, and that just like opens up avenues in my own brain to just let the story be the main thing that I'm worrying about at that point. Yeah, that was the thing that a cheat code I unlocked in undergrad when my advanced screenwriting teacher said, "Stop worrying about how it's going to happen. Your assignment is to write a script, not like think about making it."
Yeah, that's definitely like a hurdle I've had to overcome as a writer too. And very recently, like when I was a writer and like an assistant director, and I was like, I need to stop thinking of, like it will make it happen. And Reinvent, that's been a common thing too, is just like y'all say like the rule of cool, like that's consistent pretty much throughout. And Abby's been like, yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Well, and so like for Sneak, what we're gonna try to do is anytime that Sneak disappears, that we'll do like a full blackout, and like projection goes out too, because like there are like times where like, oh, the projection doesn't go out and you could still see the silhouette of people. And I don't want, I mean, people are gonna see me scurry off the stage regardless, but I want to like get as black as we can, and hopefully not die. It'll be fine, and just get some good goalie tape. But then have Sneak's lines be VO, and there'll be a few points where both Booming Boxer and Fortunato fight the air. And Ryan Julius is so good at fighting the air. Let me tell you, it is quite fun. And Care with their big bubble head for Fortunato is their physicality is incredible. So I'm very excited for that. I think the show in particular with what were limitations at the beginning, and still like you can look at them as limitations, but they've just been ways to be like, oh, okay, let's think outside the box and we'll figure it out. I will say one of Emily's characters, Celeste, that we will talk about in a future episode, I do not know how we will do certain things for that.
I think I know what you're talking about.
We'll talk about more about how awesome Celeste is in a future episode. But the it is fine. We figure it out. We fix it in post.
Yeah, we'll burn that bridge when we get there.
And I don't have to start thinking about that until March, so it's fine. I probably should start thinking about it before March, but whatever. It's fine. Everything's fine. You've had a really good year. You played young Artemisia in Roundtable's Artemisia. You were Natasha in our pirate show, and have done a great job with the tabletop work for Celeste, and then have had several like other performances across Lubbock this year. So this show in particular, how's it compared to other stuff that you've been working on recently?
Definitely, I've been enjoying like there's a little bit more freedom with character creation, since like the writer is there like in rehearsals and stuff. Like we can go and ask questions, and obviously that's true for other roles too, but like we have like the little literal creator of each character here, so that's been fun to like explore that kind of freedom, as well as like I was talking about earlier, the physicality and stuff, getting to decide that as well. But this is the first time I've done a staged reading in this way, where it's like still kind of like blocking and then a huge fight at the end. And it's just been really cool, and it's shown me like working with Reinvent in general, but especially on this show, has just shown me just all of the different ways that you can do theater. And like you said earlier, like you said, you can call them limitations, but like you can usually figure it out in the end, and that's a big part of the process in theater. And that's been really cool to witness.
Yeah, well, and like having people like you, and then just like the rest of the people that have like come to play with us so far, the willingness to play and the willingness to figure it out, instead of like we haven't, there is not a Debbie Downer in this community. We do have a few people that are more pragmatic, who are like, well, we need to like do this. Shout out to Mackenzie, best stage manager. Thank you for keeping me in line. But you know what? God bless Mackenzie. Thank you so much for everything you do.
We love you, Mackenzie.
I have to remind her. I need to remind her more. I need to tell her every day that she's incredible. But I think that is something that's going to help us, especially with us starting out with our first official year under like the banner, because like we've made 2 other Reinvent shows, but they weren't like technically under a company. We were kind of like in ether of like, what is this?
Let's just do a show.
Let's just do it. And I think that's probably like the best advice I can give to any artist out there, not even just young artists, because people are like, oh, what's advice to young artists? I'm like, advice to any artist, just do it. Like, I mean, literally, like
in the words of Shia LaBeouf,
like finding a way to just figure it out, and surrounding yourself with people who are also willing to help you figure it out. And if you find people that are constantly telling you, no, this isn't possible, and whatever, maybe reevaluate who your collaborators are, because they might not be the best collaborators for you. And this is just like a general brag on Emily, you've been writing a lot this year. The writing that you did for Celeste, but then also like Natasha that you developed. So Natasha was the doctor on our for Lady Legacy Tale of the Tide, and she may or may not have been a stoner.
Won't confirm or deny,
but was honestly, that is like one of my favorite tropes, like of like the super chill, laid back person, but they're like,
here, you just need some of this. It'll make you feel better.
But you did so much background work for those, and that's been really cool to read. Do you find yourself writing more now, just like in general?
Honestly, yeah. Working in this, like with devising and creating the characters and then doing tabletop as well, it has just gotten me, I've always loved writing, but it has made me really excited about creating characters specifically. And so I have been writing, I've been trying to write a little bit more for Celeste, as like, especially before Spy Show comes out, in case y'all want to use any of it. Not for the show, but for like outside stuff. And then I have just been like thinking of a lot of different types of specifically like superhero characters, but just magical characters in general that I've been like working on the side just for fun. Yeah. And one of the ones that's in part of Celeste's backstory, I was tempted to text you and be like, can I please play this character in a campaign? Yeah. It's cool. Right now? Pitch it right now?
Yeah, pitch it.
It's just the creator of the Moonveil. I was like, well, I have to explain where she came from and why she was running, and then I started writing that, and I was like, wait, this is really good.
That's cool.
I love that. No, I love like going back, and that's something that we have found that has helped us out a lot. Like going, so like for example, Aurora, that was the first character I wrote in D&D and played in the Reinvent campaign. And like came up with Rondor from that. Going backwards, like working on Lady Legacy Tale of the Tide, we developed a lot more stuff for Rondor and like Aurora's lineage from doing that show.
Mhm.
And then also, like JD, who is playing a character in the spy show, Titus, has his character's also from Rondor. So like going backwards has been really interesting to like make things way more dynamic, because I was like, for a country that is supposed to be a queendom, it wasn't as like matriarchal as it should have been, and JD like ironically was the person to like make it a way more feminist thing, and I was like, dude, that's great.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, it's like fun to be like, okay, well, like, why the characters here, what are the things that made them that way? So I'm really excited. Yes, please play
that's
a
so
character who makes the move, Bill.
Yes. Literally anytime. I'm down.
Is there any chance that they were a pro wrestler? I'm just kidding.
Maybe not this one, but I love that idea.
I want to do a free fight wrestling campaign
flight.
so much.
After the Lady Legacy like one shot we did with the wrestling one, I've been wanting to do a wrestling like
Oh.
campaign or one shot again. So
My word,
Absolutely.
Natasha and
Yeah, Natasha powerbombing John Cena was the highlight of that session.
that's the highlight of my life,
Yeah.
honestly.
I love D&D.
Me too.
So great. Well, before we wrap up, Emily, do you have anything you want to shout out before we go?
Yeah. On top of working with Reinvent, I also do some work with Roundtable, and I think it's the 2 weekends after Ordinary Heroes, so you'll still have lots of time to go see that show. After Ordinary Heroes, Roundtable is putting on Next to Normal for the last 2 weekends in January, I believe, at CASP Studios, in like the big garage one. There's probably a name for it, but yeah.
Yes, so the musical Next to Normal, which is being directed by the illustrious Anna Hogan, will be performing January 23rd and 24th, and then also January 29th through the 31st at Lubbock CASP. In the show notes, we will have the link to get tickets and information about how to follow Roundtable Theater Troupe. There's a great group of people that's works with them. So, and the show's going to be great. So, come see Ordinary Heroes one weekend, and then either the weekend after or whatever.
After that.
One of the
One of the
weekend after
following
that. go see Next Normal. We have a lot of our friends that are in that, and it's going to be a great show. All right, that was all for today's episode of Lore Drop. Emily, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Our next Lore Drop is going to be about Richard the Robot. With our friend Andrew Aguilar.
Yeah.
Aguilar. Who Andrew's playing Richard in Ordinary Heroes. That will actually be released on the day that we close the show,
That's crazy.
which is wild. But thank you again. Check out our show notes for all the ways that you can follow Lubbock Art, whether it's us or Roundtable. And we will see you in the next episode.
And remember,
Being fantastic starts with being a fan.
Listen, I think the awkwardness is part of what makes it good.
No! We gotta get smoother, because people are gonna be like, what is happening?
Reinvent Productions is proudly sponsored by 5 Points Corporation Lubbock and Savannah Rashida Photography, as well as our other wonderful community patrons. Our home base in Lubbock is Hollingsworth Hall Cultural Center at 4228 Boston Avenue. For more information on how to support our 501c3 organization, you can check out our website at www.reinvent-productions.com. To directly support our upcoming audio drama, you can become a Lore Drop sponsor. For just $10, you can sponsor an episode of this podcast. All donations will go towards support for our upcoming production of Children of Destiny Cataclysm Season 1, which will begin releasing episodes June 22nd, 2026. Funds will go towards paying our wonderful voice actors and creative staff for their fantastic talent and time. We have over 30 artists globally working on this production, and we can't wait for you to hear it this summer. You can donate at givebutter.com/Lore Drop sponsor. You can also find us on Instagram and TikTok at reinvent.productions, as well as on Facebook and Twitch, where we stream gaming and a look behind the scenes on how we create our new works. Be sure to follow us to stay in the loop about upcoming productions, auditions, and more. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll catch you in the next episode of Lore Drop.
One of them could be play 67.
Ben would love that.
I just did Ben's
That's
Muppet
good.
smile
That's good. You
at
got
him.
me.